This is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning. Welcome back to reality. It is Monday, 5 a.m. I'm Ray Collins.
Good morning. I'm Stephanie Webb. It is a chilly start to the day, even from someone from up north that's, used to these kind of temperatures.
I had my parka this morning. See me?
I know. He came into the parka. We were wearing pants. It was so much on a Monday.
She means I usually wear shorts.
Yes.
Officer, I can explain. All right, we're off in the 40 range right now, Wendy Ross.
Oh my goodness, we are looking at temperatures in the 30s and 40s right now, and there is the possibility we could even see some patchy fog this morning because the winds have really died down, and we are looking at these temperatures across our viewing area. In Bradenton, 39 degrees, and in Arcadia, 36 degrees. So those are the cold spots right now. Everybody else in the low 40s, and the temperature will probably drop another degree or so in the next hour. And then the warm-up will begin today, and it won't be much of one. 41 degrees at the airport right now. Look at the dew point, 39 degrees, so that is low, and winds are coming in out of the east-southeast. And you can see our temperatures are on par with many of the places across the nation. We're not getting snow, we're not getting sleet, no ice here, but as I mentioned, we could see some patchy fog a little bit later on this morning. So that's one of the situations that we may see around the area. Highs will climb back up into the mid-60s today, plenty of sunshine around, and it will be a little bit warmer by tomorrow. So what we're looking at for today is a high of 65 degrees. Normally we're at 74, so that's a far cry from normal.
Certainly is. Thank you, Wendy. Talk to you again soon. Checking first alert traffic right now. Not much to speak of at this hour in Manatee County. Pretty clear, no problems. Let's check farther south now into Sarasota County. A couple blips there. It's hard to see University Parkway again. Looks like there's some slowdowns. Very, very top of your screen there going into Lakewood Ranch. We'll try to adjust that by our next update. Otherwise, Clark Road, a little slowdown in the westbound lane. South County, though, all clear at 5:02 now on your Monday morning.
And new this morning, it is the first day back to school since the Venice High School Indians won the state football championship over the weekend in Orlando.
What an exciting day for them.
Yeah, great day.
Let's go live to the campus now. Marla Spence is there just before the excitement begins there. Good morning, Marla.
Good morning to you, Ray and Stephanie. That is absolutely right. Nearly 17 years it took this team to bring home the 7A state championship, and this is where the football team players will be heading right back to Venice High School and rejoicing and glad in bringing home that big win. Now that team was in Orlando this weekend, and they cruised to a 37-24 victory Saturday over Bartram Trail High School in the FHSAA Class 7A championship game in Orlando. And the last time the team brought home a state championship home was year 2000, so you can imagine it's going to be some great excitement right here at Venice High School. And guys, I'm going to keep you updated. I'm going to be out here for a little while up until school starts to bring you all the latest on the excitement from Venice High School. Reporting live in Venice, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you, Marla. New this morning, developments in the search for a plane that crashed in the Western Pacific last month, killing 3 sailors, one of whom lived in our area.
The Navy says it will deploy deep water salvage experts to search for that aircraft. Lieutenant Stephen Combs, Jr. of Lakewood Ranch was on that plane. Among the missing, Airman Apprentice Brian Grosso of Florida and Airman Matthew Chalasteri of Louisiana. The plane was flying to the USS Ronald Reagan when it crashed the day before Thanksgiving in the Philippine Sea. 8 people were rescued. Back in this area, police from Northport to Charlotte County are searching for a missing canine. The Charlotte County Sheriff's dog, Edo, disappeared from his kennel about 8 o'clock on Saturday night. He was last seen in the area of Cranberry Avenue and Tamiami Trail, right on the Sarasota-Charlotte County border. And that's why officers with the Northport Police and more than a dozen volunteers joined the search. If you happen to see that missing canine, call the Sheriff's Office at the number on your screen. Happening today and going on all week in Northport, experts from FEMA will be available to answer any insurance-related questions. From flood insurance to weatherproofing your home, FEMA will have specialists on hand to offer tips and techniques as well as answer your questions. Also, they'll have reference booklets on hand about how to protect your home from flood damage. The specialists will be at the Lowe's on Tuscola Boulevard in Northport. They'll be there from today till Sunday, 7:30 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Keith Wilson, the man found guilty in the disappearance and death of 4-year-old Pilar Rodriguez, is set to be sentenced today. The 1999 case went cold until 2013, when Wilson's girlfriend and babysitter of Pilar came forward. Now that led to Wilson being convicted back in October.
Also today, Sarasota County Administrator Tom Harmer makes the switch to Longboat Key town manager. Harmer will work with outgoing town manager Dave Bullock through January 18th, when Bullock will retire. Part of the new administration's goal is to consolidate Longboat Key, which straddles both Sarasota and Manatee County. Now, in the meantime, Sarasota County commissioners have appointed their assistant county administrator, Jonathan Lewis, as their top person.
Dream of running across the Skyway? All right, dream of running across the Skyway Bridge? Well, you might be out of luck this year. The first ever 10K across the Sunshine Skyway has already sold out. The event was announced last Wednesday and had already reached 60% capacity by Friday. The run is set to go March 4th, and all the proceeds will benefit the Armed Forces Family Foundation. Now, if you need help from the Sarasota County Sheriff's Office, don't drop by its building in downtown Sarasota, because they have moved.
Yes, head east now. The headquarters have moved to a renovated building near Bee Ridge Road in Cattleman. Our Erica Jackson has a closer look.
The Sarasota County Sheriff's Office is consolidating. It was formerly housed in 23 buildings throughout the county, but the sheriff says it's scaling back to just 6 rental properties.
Anybody that needs help, knowing that there's a place that they can go to.
Between learning numbers, shapes, and the alphabet, 3-year-old Benjamin is also learning to trust men and women in uniform.
He always gets excited about seeing law enforcement, and so the more I can have him around that, it's just nice to know that he looks up to them and wants to be one when he grows up.
So this is better for children to be able to know where they can come to be safe.
Sheriff Tom Knight is happy. This is the first Sarasota County Sheriff's Office building designated as a safe place. If a child or teen finds themselves in a crisis or need to go somewhere for help, they can go to the office's standalone building off Cattle Ridge Road.
To be able to give a resolution to a community quicker if a crime, they've been a victim of a crime.
Well, even with every family, it's nice to know that there's a great place for kids to go, any family member, where they can feel safe.
1, 2, 3.
The Sheriff's Office is celebrating the move of its headquarters from downtown Sarasota to a 71,000 square foot renovated building. Sheriff Knight says constructing a new building would have cost the county more than $44 million, but it saved more than $25 million by renovating the existing building.
This is a great purchase for the County Commission to make, to get us out of downtown Sarasota, to put us all under one roof, and more importantly, they probably saved a lot of money by being able to relocate us out here.
Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
So that new headquarters also includes a DNA lab and digital forensics.
That's right. The Sheriff's Office is also offering a front desk service that you can take advantage of. You can walk in to report a crime, you can commend a deputy, and dispose of unwanted medications, all right there at the front desk. And visitors at the Gamble Plantation Historic Park in Ellington were transported back in time this weekend. The museum celebrating Christmas the way it was back in the 19th century. The ladies of the United Daughters of the Confederacy getting people into character while also teaching people about the property's important history in our area.
It doesn't have to be as historically significant as this building is, but when you start to learn just a little bit about it, it sinks in, and you feel like you weren't really a part of it, but you took a little part of it with you.
The 4th Florida Volunteer Infantry also dressed in military uniforms and reenacted a Confederate encampment.
Fans of the popular Wawa gas stations have a new place to go today. A new franchise opened on Friday at the corner of University and Honore. It's part of the University Station Shopping Plaza. It'll also include a Whole Foods starting next month. This was quite a controversial project, though, as developers had to convince Sarasota County to let them knock down a mini forest and also build on wetlands.
Now, with the holidays just around the corner, government panels will meet across Florida this week. Members of the Florida Constitution Revision Commission will continue considering proposed amendments for the 2018 ballot. Some of the items being discussed include a sales tax exemption for diapers and adult incontinence products, a proposal that would require 2/3 votes of the House and Senate before state taxes or fees could be increased, and even a proposal that would require sessions to start in January in even-numbered years. The 2018 legislative session kicks off on January the 9th.
The citrus harvest is now underway already, and farmers are trying to get back on their feet after Hurricane Irma last September. Hurricane-force winds hit the state's entire citrus-producing area south of I-4, and there aren't many growers who escaped major damage. Irma destroyed more than 50% of this season's oranges, grapefruits, tangerines. Before Irma, Florida's citrus industry battled greening, a devastating disease. Farmers are hoping that citrus trees will soon return to pre-Irma production.
And the Venice Police Department is investigating after a vehicle crashed into a local hospital on Saturday. First responders say a man traveling north on Tamiami Trail lost control of his car, jumped the median, and then slammed into Venice Regional Bayfront Health. The driver was the only person inside the car. Responders pulled him from the vehicle, and he was taken inside the facility for further evaluation.
Well, we might feel the chill right now on the Suncoast in the 40s right now, but it's nothing compared to the rest of the country. Look at this, 100 million Americans are feeling the effects of this winter blast. Snow is falling from Indiana to New York, down to Georgia. Slick roads causing hundreds of crashes in the Northeast, and in the South, hundreds are without power.
These trees popping all over and never know when the one's gonna pop near us.
We want to get them warm, get the electricity back going.
One major school district outside Atlanta is still in the dark and will be closed today. That's pretty far south to have that kind of problems in Atlanta.
Yeah, I just love watching it from here, though.
Yeah.
You know, through the screen. I don't have to deal with it. I don't have to drive in it. Oh, it's just so great. And it was chilly this morning. Walking out the door, you're going to notice it this morning as you head outside. And we'll let you know what we can expect for the rest of the day. And this upcoming week, there's another cold front in the forecast. We'll talk about that.
Another one. Yeah. All right. Also ahead, First Alert Traffic, and we'll show you how a local animal rescue is handling holiday adoptions.
And coming up a little later in the hour, that Alabama election is getting closer. We've got a preview. Stick around. It's next.
Once you get atrial fibrillation, you need to have a very close relationship with your primary doctor. Prevention is the whole ball game here, because once you have a stroke, you can't undo it. A year without stroke, it's a year that you can enjoy doing the things that you've worked all your life to finally get to do. You took care of yourself. You did what is necessary for you to be around one more year. And then next year, we'll celebrate one more year without a stroke.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599, 800-570-7599.
For more than 100 years, American Humane Association has been teaching kids to be kind to animals. Those in our homes, on the farms, on the silver screen, and wildlife conservation, caring for the world's vanishing creatures. But we can't do it alone. Visit kindness100.org to find ways to teach kids how they can make a more caring, compassionate, and humane world for all of us.
Well, we are better off at the beaches than we are east, and you can see what I'm talking about. Look at 49 degrees right now in Anna Maria. Longboat Key reporting 44, and Siesta Key is 43. But as soon as you step onto the mainland, we start to see those temperatures coming down just a little bit. Palmetto at 40, Bradenton now reporting 40 degrees, but Lakewood Ranch is 38. That's pretty chilly, and so is Old Myakka, 38 degrees. We have 42 in Parrish, and we are looking at Bee Ridge, Sarasota, 40 and 41 degrees. So it is chilly out there, and as you head farther down to the south, it's a whole lot better with our temperatures in the upper 40s in Englewood and Manasota reporting 48 degrees, Placida at 50 and Boca Grande at 51. But once again, once you step onto the mainland, things get a lot chillier, and we're looking at Warm Mineral Springs and Northport and Port Charlotte all in the low 40s right now, and some places will be getting some patchy frost early this morning before things start to warm up. So right now at the airport it's 41 degrees, our dew point is at 39 degrees, and the humidity is high at 93%. The winds coming in out of the east-southeast, and they're calm, and that's why we could actually see the possibility of some frost taking place. And the rest of the state is a lot chillier than we are right now. In Tallahassee 35, Gainesville 36, Jacksonville 37 degrees. You have to go down to the south before you start to feel any semblance of warmth, and that's down in Key West at 62. Even along the East Coast, we're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 40s right now. Today we're going to be warming up. We'll see our daytime highs back up into the mid-60s along the west coast of Florida. And then the northern part of the state is going to be just right behind us, 61 to 64 degrees. Key West and Miami, they'll see their temperatures in the 70s. And then again tomorrow, we're going to be seeing those temperatures dropping right back down into the upper 40s for overnight lows. But we start to see a bit of a warm-up on Tuesday. We are going to be looking at our temperatures in the low 70s across the area. And our winds are going to be mostly out of the north, either the northeast or the northwest later on this afternoon. And so this is what we can expect to see. We'll get rid of any kind of cloud cover around. We're looking at mostly fair skies right now, but then we get a little bit of a shift of winds coming in out of the northwest. And what we're looking at right now is high pressure that's going to sit on top of us throughout the day today. And the next cold front is going to be coming on through here beginning on Wednesday, and that's going to reinforce the cool weather that we've already got on top of us, so we're going to continue to see those cooler temperatures developing. In the meantime, it's quiet for us right now, but as you can see, here's where that low pressure area is. The frontal system is now situated up here. You can see the snow and the icy conditions across the northern plain states, so that's going to travel on down to the south, and it will be affecting us just in time for the next couple of days to keep our temperatures below normal for this time of the year. And as you can see, we just don't have anything coming in except for the possibility of a stray shower that may come on through here beginning on Tuesday. So that could happen. We may get a couple of isolated pops around the area, but it won't last for very long. In the meantime, this is what we can expect over the next several days. We're going to be looking at our temperatures in the 60s today for the high, 65 degrees, and we warm up to temperatures in the low 70s. Stephanie?
All right, taking a look at your first alert traffic right now. It's so cold, no one's on the roads. It's actually looking pretty good right about now. A little bit of a backup right there on 301 heading northbound. But other than that, it actually looks pretty good in Manatee County. Heading into Sarasota North County, again, not too terrible, just a little bit of a slowdown there on northbound 41 that you can see, and a little bit down there on 75, coming off of 75. So not too bad of a morning out there. And then heading into South County, again, not too bad. A little bit on near Tarpon Point, a little bit of a slowdown with some traffic and some construction down there. But other than that, just grab your parka. It's a chilly morning out there today. All right, sure, it may seem like the perfect holiday gift, waking up on Christmas morning, you find a puppy or a kitten under the tree. But is it a good idea?
Experts say it's a very bad idea. Our Erica Jackson tells us why.
2-year-old Hank is all bark and no bite. He and his brother Ace are both blind, but they're inseparable and need to find their forever home together. Danny Robbins already has 4 rescue pups and hopes one family will take the plunge and bring home the dogs.
They'll provide you the love that you need, the companionship that you need here. It's absolutely amazing. Going from having no home to having a home and having a family, and really knowing that we've made an improvement to their life is pretty exciting.
Karen Slumba with Nate's Honor Animal Rescue says many more families come out looking for a pet around the holidays, but only 8% of its adoptions in 2016 took place in December. Nate's is vigilant with screening potential adopters, so the rescued animals aren't returned within the upcoming months.
There's a lot of red flags that we look for to make sure that people are going to be the appropriate home for the dogs and cats.
Nate's makes sure pets are going home with owners that will spend time with the animal. They say questions about declawing cats are also a red flag, and Nate's wants owners of new puppies to train the dogs appropriately.
If they're not trained as a puppy, they're going to be crazy, very ill-behaved dogs. So it's kind of like not raising your kid properly and having unruly teenagers.
Slumba fears many families with kids are interested in adopting an animal for the novelty around the holidays and suggests doing research before heading out to the ranch.
This is not something that is going to be with you for a week. This is going to be something that can be with you for 18 years.
Robbins hopes families that are ready for their new four-legged addition will choose to rescue, since some dogs, like Linda, have been living at the ranch for more than 2 years. He says his rescue dog, Shadow, has changed his family forever.
The love that he provides for my 2 daughters and the protection that he has for the house is just absolutely amazing.
Erica Jackson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Now, if you're sure that it works for you, Nate's does have a limited number of puppies available for adoption, and they can be delivered to your house, Ray, by St. Nick himself on Christmas Eve or Christmas morning. How great would that be?
That'd be exciting.
Kind of cool, right?
Imagine that. More on this on our website. Go to mysuncoast.com. Also more on this later on, and Good Morning Suncoast as well.
All right, still ahead on Good Morning Suncoast. Today is Green Monday. Do you know what that means? It means cha-ching. New online deals and promotions from Amazon, Walmart, eBay, and Target.
She actually wrote cha-ching in the teleprompter.
I did.
Next half hour, snowbanks on the sidelines, a passing game reduced to nothing, and a look back at the Snow Bowl in Buffalo yesterday.
So many possibilities worth exploring. Minnesota Flooring.
And for a limited time, Minnesota Flooring is offering you unbelievable pricing on tile and laminate. Porcelain tile only $1.59. Ceramic tile 99 cents. And 16 by 16 tile $1.19. Laminate flooring is only 99 cents. But these prices won't last. Don't miss out on these great deals. Hurry into Minnesota Flooring today.
Are you currently on Medicare? In other words, do you carry the red, white, and blue Medicare card? If so, are you suffering from chronic back pain? If you answered yes, you may be eligible for a pain-relieving back brace covered by Medicare at little to no cost, shipped directly to your home for free. These medical-grade back braces are ideal for lower back pain, arthritis, spinal disorders, and other chronic back problems. Will you qualify for a medical-grade back brace?
Call Back Brace America at 1-800-683-9262.
Attention blood thinner users. If your loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. You may be entitled to financial compensation. The widely prescribed blood thinners Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to a number of dangerous side effects, including internal bleeding, gastrointestinal bleeding, kidney bleeding, stroke, brain hemorrhaging, and even death. If you or a loved one suffered any of these injuries after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call right now. You may be owed significant compensation from the manufacturer. Thousands of blood thinner users may have been exposed to serious risk by these dangerous medications. If you or a loved one took Xarelto or Pradaxa and suffered serious internal bleeding, call right now. Call Nightline Legal to speak with an experienced attorney for a free consultation. If we don't win, there is no fee. There are time deadlines to file a claim, so don't wait. Call right now.
Call 1-800-554-3987. Again, that's 1-800-554-3987.
I was shocked how good A Motown Christmas is. West Coast Black Theater Troupe is having it on until Christmas.
I like that.
And we went on Saturday for the matinee, and that's part of the group. They sang Jackson 5 and Temptations, Marvin Gaye, Supremes. It was so good. I was moved to pose with the part of the cast. We're going to have one of the actresses in this week on our show, by the way.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah.
Outstanding, outstanding. This was your first time going?
First time in 13 years I've gone to that theater troupe. It was Broadway quality.
I love that.
So
go check that out.
More pictures of that and also some things from the weekend if you go to my Facebook ABC7 Ray Collins page, and also Stephanie has one now too, and also John Scalzi has a Facebook page for you as well.
That's right. And when it comes to apps, we would love to share more with you for weather, local news, breaking news, stories like this, our photos. Just download the updated version of our app. Now, if you've got an iPhone, you need to re-download the app. Just look for WWSD or My Suncoast. Android users, you're all set. Your update is going to happen automatically. All right, move over Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday. You guys are all old news.
Why?
We have made it to Green Monday. I don't know what this means. It means lots of new deals from big online retailers.
All right, ABC's Diane Macedo and Candace Gibson have that and more in today's Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, today is Green Monday. While it's not nearly as popular as Cyber Monday, there are lots of new online sales and deals.
Amazon, Target, Walmart, and even eBay offering discounts on tech gadgets and other products. TVs and speakers are up to 60% off.
In case you missed it, Facebook appears to have axed one of its oldest features.
The ticker, which used to summarize your friends' activities, seems to have been quietly removed.
The ticker wasn't without controversy. Some users dubbed it the creeper feed when it first launched 6 years ago. And the latest study on personal computer security finds that men are almost 3 times as likely to use password as their passwords than women. Can I see your phone real quick?
Women, on the other hand, are more likely to use their lovers' names in their passwords, and more than a third of us only change our passwords when a site says we have to.
Those are your Tech Bites.
I guess I got to change it.
Tech Bites, brought to you by Eliquis.
I accept I don't bike as far as I used to. I even accept I have a higher risk of stroke due to AFib, a type of irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. But no matter where I ride, I go for my best. So if there's something better than warfarin, I'll go for that too. Eliquis. Eliquis reduced the risk of stroke better than warfarin, plus had less major bleeding than warfarin. Eliquis had both.
Don't stop taking Eliquis unless your doctor tells you to, as stopping increases your risk of having a stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and, in rare cases, fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve or abnormal bleeding. While taking Eliquis, you may bruise more easily, and it may take longer than usual for any bleeding to stop. Seek immediate medical care for sudden signs of bleeding, like unusual bruising. Eliquis may increase your bleeding risk if you take certain medicines. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures.
I'm still going for my best, and for Eliquis.
Ask your doctor about Eliquis.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Is your mop a dirty, disgusting mess? You need the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System, the only mop and bucket that spins the dirt away. A system that cleans practically anything and everything with super absorbent microfiber. Dip it in the washer side and the mess releases into the bucket. Then place it in the dryer side and push on the pedal. You get a clean mop head that's practically dry and ready for more. And your hands will never again touch a dirty, disgusting mop. The heads are washable and reusable. Get the Hurricane 360 Spin Mop System for just 2 payments of $19.99. You'll also get a Sticky Buddy, the reusable sticky roller that picks up pet hair and lint and washes clean in seconds. You can take advantage of our 2-for-1 Pick It Up special and get a second spin mop set. Just pay additional shipping and fee. And we'll upgrade you to free priority handling. So don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-394-1524 to get your Hurricane Spin Mop double offer. So hurry and call 1-800-394-1524. Call now.
It's the holiday sales event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKX Sport Utility for $349 per month, or Lincoln's flagship, the 2017 Continental, for $449 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury. Winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Suncoast since 1978. We are located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7.
A lot of our students have worked as interns for the Education Channel during the summer. They get production experience on shoots that the Education Channel might be doing if they need some extra hands.
The cost to communicate. Our tax dollars provide education, but technology is expensive. How much is too much? I'm Alan Cohn. Tune in to watch us at the Trapezoid.
Tonight on ABC 7 News at 7. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC 7, your official Florida lottery station for the Suncoast.
Good morning. It is 5:31 coming up today on Good Morning Suncoast. Moore versus Jones, the very latest on that Alabama Senate race.
Plus some local protests about the U.S. moving the Israeli embassy away from Tel Aviv.
And a WWE star arrested here in Florida over the weekend. We'll tell you why. Those stories and more right now on Good Morning Suncoast.
Live from the ABC 7 studios, this is Good Morning Suncoast. We're here for you.
Good morning. I'm Stephanie Webb.
And I'm Ray Collins. Chilly out there in the
It's cold.
40s right now. John Scalzi chose the right week to take off.
He did.
Wendy Russ is here, though. Good morning, Wendy.
The problem is there's nowhere you can go to escape it.
That's true.
Well, maybe to Key West. Maybe Key West. You can probably get there and maybe not be quite as chilly as we are here along the Suncoast. But temperatures have been in the 30s and 40s throughout the morning hours, and we are looking at low dew points and moderate humidity, and it just feels awfully cold when you walk out the door. We're not going to be warming up all that much either. We're looking at temperatures in the 30s, Bradenton, Mayaca City, Arcadia now in the 30s, and then elsewhere you're seeing temperatures that are in the low 40s. If you're on the coastline, like right around Venice, for example, 44 degrees, Englewood 49 degrees, but as soon as you step onto the mainland, it really is much colder. 41 at the airport, 39% or 39 degrees dew point, and 93% humidity out there with calm winds and clear skies. And what that all means is that we are looking at temperatures around the area that are going to stay in the 40s for a little bit longer before we finally warm up into the mid-60s later on today. There's the possibility of some patchy frost. We have highs in the mid-60s, and it will be a little bit warmer by Tuesday. So today's forecast calling for a high of 65. That's still chilly. Notice that our average is 74 degrees for this time of the year.
All right, big change. Thank you, Wendy. Checking the roads right now. 301 southbound, some buildup there as you head south away from State Road 70 towards Sarasota County. Speaking of which, we'll check that map now and find out how it is doing in the northern half of Sarasota County. 301 busy in both directions around Fruitville Road. Be aware of that early congestion spot. Otherwise, pretty clear in that half of the county. Checking farther south, we'll see nothing to report at 5:32 on your Monday morning.
And topping our news this half hour, the latest on that heated Alabama Senate race.
Yeah, Election Day is now tomorrow, and controversial candidate Roy Moore spent the weekend clearing his name on TV. ABC's Serena Marshall has the story.
Embattled Republican Senate candidate Roy Moore getting another boost from the president.
We need Roy.
Telling voters in a recorded message,
Roy Moore is the guy we need to pass our Make America Great Again agenda.
Well, the president's been out with calls, tweets, and even a mention in his Friday event, Moore absent. His only appearance this past week, a pre-taped interview.
These allegations are completely false. I did not date underage women. I did not molest anyone.
Again denying the allegations of sexual misconduct or inappropriate behavior from at least 8 women, at least 2 who were teenagers when he was in his 30s. Moore's chief strategist argued this election isn't about the allegations, but a referendum on the president. And if Moore wins,
I highly doubt there's going to be a Senate investigation. But if there is, Judge Moore is going to be found telling the truth. This is Donald Trump on trial in Alabama.
The race in a dead heat in the solid red state.
There is an energy out there that can't be captured by pushing a telephone.
Even so, one vote Moore won't get, the Republican senior senator from Alabama.
I didn't vote for Roy Moore. I wouldn't vote for Roy Moore.
Jones not getting Shelby's vote either, but using that statement in ads out today.
I think the Republican Party can do better.
And hammering his opponent.
Just like Senator Shelby today. I believe those women.
As he vies to be the first Democratic senator of Alabama in 2 decades. A win for Doug Jones means the GOP majority would be slashed to only 1 vote. If Roy Moore wins, then is ousted with an ethics investigation after being selected by the president and the voters. It could threaten to tear apart the GOP. Serena Marshall, ABC News, Washington.
Wildfires continue in California and more residents are evacuated. Firefighters are working to control the flames as strong Santa Ana winds fan the blazes. Overall, the fires have burned more than 230,000 acres and forced over 200,000 people to evacuate. Governor Jerry Brown spoke out about the government's response.
Well, so far so good. We have been getting response, but you know, when you look at it, Texas, Florida, Puerto Rico, now California, this is tens and tens of billions of dollars. We were talking last year about infrastructure and you know, all the money we're going to spend on roads and bridges in America. Well, now we just have to clean up the mess that nature is causing.
There has been one fatality, a 70-year-old woman who was killed in a car accident while trying to evacuate.
More than 2 months after a gunman killed 58 people at a Las Vegas concert, now Vegas locals are finding more ways to honor those victims. On Sunday, they held a special tree lighting ceremony with more than 30,000 lights. It was a night filled with remembrance and holiday spirit, bringing out the best of Vegas. Mayor Carolyn Goodman spoke at the event, and she credited entertainers Siegfried and Roy for helping make the whole thing a reality. 58 smaller trees were also displayed to represent the 58 people killed in the shooting. The WWE has suspended wrestling star Rich Swann after police arrested him Saturday night here in Florida. The 26-year-old now faces charges of battery and false imprisonment. The victim is another professional wrestler who police say was in the car with Swann while he critiqued her performance. She says she asked Swann to stop the car when he began to get angry. Now, when he wouldn't stop, she jumped out while the car was still moving. A witness says Swann followed her out, dragged her back into the car. She was screaming. The WWE says his suspension is now indefinite. New this morning, it is the first day back to school since the Venice High School Indians won the state football championship over the weekend in Orlando.
Let's go live to the campus. Marla Spence is there. Marla, it should be an exciting day there at Venice High School.
That's absolutely right, Ray and Stephanie. You know, this sign right behind me says it all this morning. It's congratulating the Venice High School football team on their 7A state championship win. Now, it's been a long time coming for this team. The last time they brought home a state championship was nearly 17 years ago, back in year 2000, and this is considered to be the team's second state championship in the program's history. Now, like you said, those football players are expected to be right back in school here at Venice High School this morning, and I'm sure students as well as faculty and staff will be rejoicing in this historic win. Reporting live in Venice, I'm Marla Spence for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Thank you so much, Marla.
Other news now. In the wake of President Trump's announcement declaring U.S. support, recognizing Jerusalem as the capital of Israel, some local protesters hit the streets this weekend. A group circled 5 Points Park in downtown. They waved signs and chanted, hoping to get their message out that the action has ignited violence between Palestinian and Israeli forces. Others support the move, saying it could be one step toward peace in the Middle East. At a separate event at the LCATS Center for Jewish Learning in Bradenton, people are celebrating.
We're also celebrating the acknowledgement by the United States of America for the first time in history that Jerusalem is the capital of Israel. That is a major important event to those of us who love Israel.
Well, the move comes as a fulfilled campaign promise by President Trump. But as Palestinians leaders say, the announcement also makes a two-state solution now impossible, and it's sparking clashes around the world. The U.S. ambassador to the UN, Nikki Haley, spoke to CNN, and she insisted the move will help the long-term peace process.
For 22 years, you have had presidents and the American people ask for the embassy to be moved, and no president, not Clinton, not Bush, not Obama, actually had the courage to make that move and listen to the will of the American people. The Senate just overwhelmingly again voted to have the embassy moved. So the president did the will of the people.
Israel's Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu also praised the announcement by President Trump. All right, 5:40 right now, switching gears, different topic onto sports now. Oklahoma quarterback Baker Mayfield has been named the best player in college football. The former walk-on has been named the Heisman Trophy winner. He led the Sooners to a 12-1 record this year and berthed in the college playoffs. He beat Stanford running back Bryce Love and the reigning Heisman champ Lamar Jackson for the award. Mayfield completed a record almost 71% of his passes, 41 touchdowns, and just 5 interceptions.
To my family, love you guys. There were times that I had to move. You guys made sacrifice after sacrifice just so I could chase my dreams. Wouldn't be here without you. Love you.
So Mayfield and the second-ranked Oklahoma Sooners will meet number 3 Georgia in the Rose Bowl on January 1st. He is the first senior to win the award since Troy Smith of Ohio State back in 2006.
It was a big win yesterday at Raymond James Stadium for the Detroit Lions. A valiant effort, but not quite enough for the Bucs yesterday. Despite Jameis Winston's 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns to tie up the game, it just wasn't enough to overcome his 2 interceptions and a fumble a little earlier. Detroit Lions quarterback Matt Stafford made his 109th consecutive start despite injuring his throwing hand last week. He also completed 81% of his 44 passes for 380 yards on the Bucs defense. The tiebreaker, though, it was Matt Prater. He delivered a game-winning 46-yard field goal in the final minute to hand the Bucs their 3rd straight loss. Tampa Bay is going to finish with 3 straight divisional games starting in Atlanta next week on Monday Night Football.
I see an ugly game. Look at this one. The Bills and the Colts. It was the Snow Bowl. The two teams battled through 8 inches of snow in near whiteout conditions. Both offenses struggled as a result of the weather. It was only 7-7 at the end of the 4th quarter.
Snow Angels.
And the play of the day, a snowy overtime run by LaShawn McCoy. He fights off defenders and bad footing for a game-winning touchdown. The team celebrated like it was New Year's Eve out there in the field. And I've got 2 brothers who have season tickets. They never miss a game. They did not go to yesterday's game.
Was it finally too cold even for them?
Yeah, what a mess.
It's too much. It's too cold.
It was
Where
really
do you know where anything is?
Yeah.
How do you,
I
I mean, I noticed that there were lines. They must have drawn some lines in the
Yeah,
in
they
the
try to do
snow.
best.
Well, it's funny
so
how
you
that
can kind
works.
of get some markers along the way. Right?
When it was time for the Colts to kick, the local Bills personnel didn't really help clear that part of the field very well. Whereas years ago, the New England Patriots had a snowblower come out fast for themselves.
Right here.
Yeah, that's
also not right here.
I guess that's what you have to do just to survive. Who wants to be out in that kind of stuff? Well, we've got cold weather this morning. It's a real chill in the air. It's not snowing, though, so nobody's feeling sorry for us. I just want to point that out. And, of course, we've got the latest on your forecast in just a minute.
All right, also still head first alert traffic, and all that exercise you should be doing could mean nothing if you sit too long.
Oh, man, we're going to tell you how long periods of sitting, like maybe at work, can wreck all of those great benefits from your workout. So get up. That's next in Health Smart.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. Our promise means a new car you'll love. If not, return it for one you do. At Sarasota Ford, we promise live market pricing. We monitor national pricing on our entire inventory, so you get the best deal. In fact, we guarantee it. Bring us any competitor's ad, and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
Attention type 2 diabetics. The FDA warns of an increased risk of amputation associated with certain diabetes medications. If you took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation or one of these other serious injuries, call the Rely On Group right now. If you've suffered amputation or any of these injuries after taking your diabetes medication, call the Rely On Group today. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. The FDA has recently warned about an increased risk of leg and foot amputations associated with the use of certain diabetic medications such as Invokana and Invokamet. If you or a loved one took the diabetes medications Invokana or Invokamet and then suffered an amputation, ketoacidosis, kidney failure, or even death, call the Rely On Group now. We are here to help you get the justice you deserve. You may be entitled to substantial financial compensation. Call 800-355-8205. That's 800-355-8205.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Invest in Kids is a $7.5 million project to build a new Boys and Girls Club in South Manatee County. I'm Caleb Grimes, and I was a club kid. It's where I learned important life lessons, leadership, integrity, responsibility, and baseball. Thousands of kids attend the Boys and Girls Clubs, and after years of use, their club is slowly falling apart. Help us invest in kids. Make your donation today.
Thank you! I love taking care of my mom. It wasn't easy at first. She learned how to better communicate her needs. And you learned how to not ignore yours. I discovered how to make healthier meals. And I discovered how much I enjoyed them.
Becoming a caregiver is a learning experience for everyone. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. AndServices.com. AndServices.com.
It's a chilly start to the morning. You're certainly going to notice it the second you walk outside. So be sure to bundle up and do some layering because we will be warming up throughout the day. But 48 degrees on Anna Maria, Longboat Key at 44, and Siesta Key at 44 are some of the warmer readings that we're seeing right now. So along the beaches, it's not as bad as when you move onshore. So Lakewood Ranch, 38 degrees, Old Myakka, 37 degrees. Everybody else reporting temperatures in the 40s over Sarasota, Manatee County. And then as we move on down to the south, southern Sarasota County, Englewood is at 49, so not too bad there. And Minnesota, 48 degrees. And I say not too bad in comparison to what the rest of us are seeing. And again, you move over to Port Charlotte, 42 degrees, Punta Gorda, 41 degrees. But then in Placida, it's 50. So that's what's going on out there. 41 degrees right now at the airport under fair skies. Dew points are low, humidity high. The winds are coming in out of the east-southeast at around 3 miles per hour. And throughout the day today, we're going to see plenty of sunshine. Temperatures, it would be nice if we see them in the low 70s, but we're more likely going to see them in the mid-60s for daytime highs today. So what's going on is we've got the winds coming in mostly out of the north-northeast, and then they're going to shift around and come in out of the northwest later on today during the afternoon hours, but we'll still have that northerly component going on, so that's what's going to keep us on the cold side. We have high pressure that's building in. That's helping to keep us nice and beautiful throughout the day. And then by tomorrow, we're going to start to see another front come on through, and we're looking at cool weather that is going to be reinforced around the area for Wednesday. So we're going to see the possibility of maybe a stray shower that comes on through on Tuesday, maybe maybe just a sprinkle, and that's going to be about it. But here's where the front is right now. You can see the snow and the ice, the front just about here, and it's going to be through us on Tuesday afternoon. So what we're looking at over the next couple of days is 65 for the daytime high today, 73 tomorrow. So we've got a bit of a warm up, but that next cold front comes on through and reinforces that cold weather. So Wednesday, we're going to see a temperature high of 64 degrees. Stephanie.
All right, checking out your first alert traffic right now, starting up in Manatee County. It is starting to get slowed down a little bit in there in your commute, but still nothing too bad. Just that little stretch right there along 301 where they've got some construction going, just a little bit slower on the northbound. In South County and Sarasota, we are starting to see a few more slowdowns in there right along the Bayshore right there on 45. It's running a little bit slow. A couple other areas to look out for. Southbound on 41 as well as east and west too on Clark. That's another one that you have to look out for. And in Southern County, again, not too bad, just a couple little slowdowns here and there, but it is a chilly morning, so make sure you dress well so you can stay warm out there on the roads today.
Good idea. And this hour's Health Smart now. More research indicates that even if you exercise, too much sitting can be harmful for your health.
Well, 2 hours from 5 to 7 a.m. count?
Let's move during commercials.
Oh, we got to move. Researchers combined the results from more than 40 studies and found that the more time people spent on their backsides, the greater their risk of premature death, cardiovascular disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. Now, regular exercise, of course, appears to reduce some of those harmful effects of prolonged sitting, but not all of them. More than a dozen studies found that at least 60 minutes a day of moderately intense exercise is needed to counter the risks associated with prolonged sitting. Now, experts usually recommend about 30 minutes of daily exercise a day, but one study found that even these hour-long workouts don't reverse sitting's negative effects on insulin levels and blood fats. However, if you do have to sit, for example, here at work, here are some things that you can do. Now, when you're at work, stand for a few minutes every half hour. If possible, use a desk that will let you work both standing and seated. That's a good idea. Park as far as possible away from entrances. So you have to walk a little bit more, maybe like when you're coming and going out to lunch. And don't just couch it when you're at home. Do some chores, get up, walk around a little bit, or at the very least, just stand periodically while you're watching TV. All right, let's do that. Okay. Where? How's it going to get cut off?
We look better that way, right?
Yeah.
Still ahead, your top news headlines and a South Dakota boy who goes out of his way to make Christmas more festive for local children.
That's right. We're going to tell you just how right after this.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
This is an important medical announcement. Talcum powder products from some of the best-known brands have been linked to ovarian cancer. Any woman who has used a talcum powder product and has been diagnosed with ovarian cancer may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that women with long-term use of talcum powder, including baby powder for feminine hygiene, can increase the risk of contracting ovarian cancer. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential, there's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to women who should have been warned about the risks of ovarian cancer with long-term use of talcum powder. Call the Talcum Powder Hotline. If you or a loved one used talcum powder and were diagnosed or died from ovarian cancer, you must call now.
Call 800-570-7599, 800-570-7599.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
crew. Let's get started. All right.
Don't ignore the law. You must call 811 at least 2 to 3 days before any digging project so you can avoid hitting our essential buried utilities. For digging projects big or small, make the call to 811.
We're losing exotic animals on a daily basis, and the ones that we have in captivity are really the ambassadors for their wild counterparts. I'm Clayton Rozier from the Big Cat Habitat and Gulf Coast Sanctuary, housing over 150 exotic animals that needed a great home. And if you love animals, please help them. Do it locally. Support your local no-kill shelters, your local wild animal sanctuaries. Make a difference where you can.
It is 5:55, and here are some of the top stories that we are following for you on the Suncoast today.
A search is on for a missing police canine that disappeared over the weekend in Charlotte County. Other agencies are trying to help find the dog near the Charlotte County and Sarasota County border.
Plus, if you want to go for a run on the Skyway Bridge, well, you just might have to wait a year to do it, since the first ever Skyway Bridge run is officially sold out now.
An exciting day to be at the Venice High School because the football team won the state championship over the weekend.
That is right. And finally this hour is very kind of a cool, like, festive holiday thing. One South Dakota boy wondered what morning looks like for kids spending the holidays at Sanford Children's Hospital in Sioux Falls. It all started 4 years ago. Nolan Adams and his family were driving to visit his grandma when an advertisement came on the radio about the Children's Hospital. Now, when Nolan found out that the kids there don't get many presents, he took action that first year and started with just 2 gifts the Adams family picked up themselves. But since then, his project has taken off. They've received tons of gifts over the Christmases. The kids will not have to think about the battles they're facing this time of the year. What a wonderful thing to be able to do.
Nice boy. Yes. More news straight ahead, folks.